everybody, Pat Huntoon here with Technique Junkies, and today we're going to be coloring the gorgeous bee flower stamp that came out in May. And this is the bee flower. It's a very detailed stamp, and I am very much aware of how intimidating a stamp like this can be when you are trying to color it, because you feel like you have to bring out 1,000 colors to make this thing pop. Now, there's a couple of ways that we've done this stamp. I've done it all in black and white, just stamped it in black, and then just done the bee, and it is beautiful. And here that is. Okay, so that's one way that you can do it, and that's very simple. You can color the whole thing, and here's an example of that. And then finally, the way we're going to do it is just do some spot coloring. So I am going to be using the Party Collection Luxe from Catherine Pooler inks. There's 8 inks in here. These are Catherine Pooler minis. Catherine Pooler just came out and announced that they will no longer be doing collections. They were going to sell the inks individually. I am going to continue to sell the collections until I run out of them. In fact, I just re-upped and got a whole bunch more. So I do have some of these collections. You'll notice that in the kits. So I like this because it gives me a good variety of inks to work with. So I also have a gold, Midas Touch Gold Nouveau glitter pen, and that's going to be my paintbrush. All I'm going to do is spot paint this, and I'm just going to use the inks in this to do that. I'm going to be using them as my paint. I'm starting with the flame color, which is this reddish color, and I am going to put some, I don't know if you can see that if I do it over here on my work surface. And I'm going to take some of the glitz, which is the yellowish color, and put it right next to it because I don't want to get ink on my ink pad. Then I'm going to take some gold shimmering bliss, mix it up a little bit till there's no mica on the bottom, and then I'm just going to spray that just a little bit with the gold shimmering bliss just to give it a little bit of water. And I'm going to mix that up because I want my flower to be a little more orangey than yellow. So I am just going to very quickly, very, very quickly, I'm going to just paint this. Let me speed this up so you don't have to watch it in real time. So you can already see that there's a lot of gold picked up between the pen, the Gold Midas Touch pen, and the gold shimmering bliss. So I'm just going to clean off that surface there, and I'm going to repeat that process just with one color of green, the martini color. Again, I'm going to put some on the work surface, give it a quick little spray, and paint it on. This does not have to be long and painful. You can do this quickly and effectively and not have to do the entire piece. I'm just doing one color along each side more or less. So I'm going to be doing the red and then this green and ignoring the rest of the background, because I think that's a good way to color this stamp and still get it, bring out all the detail and color, all the detail and beauty of this stamp without having to make yourself crazy. Now, of course, if you love your Copic markers or colored pencils and you want to color this in all the way, it obviously works really well with that, but you don't have to go too crazy with any of these colors. I'm just going to add a little bit more green here, just a tiny bit. Now, there are leaves back there. I could add more along the back if I wanted, but I really want to show you how easy this stamp can be. So I'm going to clean that off, and then I'm going to take the glitz color once again and put it down and do my bee. Okay, so that's the bee, and I think the center of the flower needs to be done. So I'm going to go back to my flame color here and just put that on my work surface. Spray that and pick some of that up with my gold pen. And this will just be darker than the other edges because I didn't add any yellow to it. I can even make it a little darker if I so choose by adding the cranberry fizz in there. Create a whole new color. Mix those together a bit. Yeah, I want this a little darker, so there we go. It's the color I was looking for. So again, there's a ton of Zen looking drawings on here. You don't really have to worry about those if you don't want to. You can just ignore them and color right over them just like I'm doing. Let me speed this up so you don't have to watch me in real time. So that's the bee flower up to this point. And the only thing we have to really do is work on those wings. So I really like those wings when they are when they're colored with glitter. So I'm going to cut this down, get my glue out, and come right back to you. Okay, so I'm just going to add some glitter to this. So I'm just using some mono liquid glue. And whoop, I put a lot on there, so use my finger to move that around. Just kind of move it on there. You don't need this to be super thick. You just want to have enough glue for the glitter to stick. And the glitter I am using is just glitter I picked up at a local big box store. Any pretty iridescent style glue will work pretty well on these. So I'm just going to take this. I'm just going to drop my glitter on there. Tap it off. So I made mine kind of dimensional because of the nature of this glue. It will flatten out a bit, but you can see I'm going to have some nice glittery wings. Now, if you look at this and you say to yourself, you know, I think I want a little bit more color on there. Add more color. There's no right or wrong to this. It's just how you prefer to have this done. But you can see the way I've got it done right now. It's shimmery and pretty and easy. That only took me a couple of minutes to make. I'll mount this and finish it off. But I hope today helped you see how you can use the bee flower and not be intimidated by its detail, because it is a really easy stamp to work with. So that's my tutorial today. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give us a thumbs up on YouTube and consider subscribing to the Technique Junkies channel. I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching today. Bye now.